I'm standing here with one of the giants in the car industry, Henrik Fisker. And you've been around for a while and done a lot of things. You started one car company and now you're starting the second one. And what is the drive to start a car company?
Well, I love cars, first
I do
of
as
all.
well, but I don't start car companies.
That's true, and it's a tough thing to do. And most people definitely don't do it a second time, but I just felt that this is what I'm best at doing, is making cars or designing cars.
Yes.
And I also kind of had that personal goal of wanting to make the world's most sustainable car. And, got the right people together. And we also took sort of a new way of doing the company than others in terms of working together with Magna International, which is a big car manufacturer. So this is a little different.
We need one more company, car company in this world.
I don't think anybody needs another car company, and that's exactly why we didn't want to just make another electric car. There has to be something unique, and what we kind of said was we have to have at least 4 features which either nobody else have or is best in class. So for example, one the things that we want to do was, as I mentioned, make the world's most sustainable car, and we actually posted our ESG report on our website to show that we have more recycled materials and biodegradable materials than any other car company in our vehicle. Secondly, we want to have the longest range. So we are announced. So that's a goal. The longest range in our price class of a SUV or crossover, and we have achieved that as well. We will be announcing about 630 kilometers range. I think in Sweden you have some Swedish miles or something, right? You can probably calculate that out.
630 kilometers, that's here.
So that's the longest. And then we have, unique things like a solar roof that can give you up to 3,000 kilometers free a year, which is super clean energy. And then we got a lot of other interesting features that nobody else have. For example, a 17.1-inch screen which rotates.
Big one.
Which is very big, and it's the highest resolution screen. We got some funny things inside, like taco trays, which you can pull out and you can eat in the car if you feel like it. A very American thing, but I think it's taking a lot of good feedback from the rest of the world as well, because you can put your computer on it, whatever. So we have definitely achieved the features that nobody else have. Also the California mode, where you have the rear window roll down, the small windows on the side, which we call the doggy windows, so you can have a dog in there getting some fresh air. So we really tried to take a different look at what is a car, what can we put in it, what is nobody else doing. So you're right, nobody needs just another car, for sure.
Of course. And Magna has been developing the car and they are producing the car, but where did the money come from?
So Magna didn't develop the car. We are doing the development, we are doing the design, but Magna's doing the manufacturing, the assembly. And we went public in 2020. And we raised over $1 billion. And then in the meantime, we raised close to another $1 billion on the public market. So we are public on the New York Stock Exchange. And this was a very important thing for me. As you mentioned, I've done this once before as a private company, and it's extremely difficult to raise private money. It takes very long. So we felt it was necessary to go public, and so far we have done quite well.
So how can you have these rather low prices compared to the Chinese competition and so on?
Well, so what we set out to do was exactly to figure a way how can we be competitive with either larger manufacturers or anybody else. So what we did was we cut out a lot of the cost, specifically, I would say, the middleman between when the car leaves the factory to it gets in the hand of the customer.
Selling online.
So we are selling online. We will have large delivery centers. We're going to have one here, for example, in Stockholm, which we already have got, so we are fitting it out now. So you will go out and pick up your car at this delivery center. You can go and get test drives there. Then we will have what we call a Fisker Lounge, a showroom in the center of the city. So we don't have like a massive amount of dealers. That means it's much lower cost. Secondly, the way we developed the car as well, we developed extremely fast, and we developed for high volume. So if you think about it today, even between the large manufacturers, there's nobody today who makes 200,000 electric vehicles a year of one model, except for Tesla. Nobody else.
So that's your aim, 200,000 cars a year?
Yeah, eventually we want to make 200,000 of this vehicle, and the next vehicle we are doing, the Pair, which is a smaller vehicle and lower cost, we want to make 1 million a year. So we are going for very high volume, which is unusual in the EV segment.
It is. So I think we should look at the product now.
Yeah, let's do that.
So if you could just point out the things that you are most proud of with the design, because you are mainly designer.
So, what we wanted to achieve with this car was, it's an SUV, but, so it has to have, of course, the utility of an SUV, meaning the interior space, roof racks and everything else, but we wanted to make it really sporty and attractive. So it's got a very sculptural surfaces, you can kind of see here.
Yes.
Well, very sculptural.
Can you open this? Yes.
This one here is only for service, so there's nothing underneath there except for when you need to service it. So it really is not for customers to open. We kept it closed, by the way. That's another way to take money out and spend it somewhere else, so we don't have seals and everything else. We have very thin headlamps, tail lamps, very sporty looking. You see a very fast
it's nice.
Front windscreen. So we also try to keep SUV look, but at the same time, we looked at aerodynamics, but not by just making a fastback or make it look like a soap bar. So we use, for example, some tricks where we have here air curtain that comes in and pushes the air. So basically the air goes faster around the side. We did a lot of airflow underneath. We have a couple of aerodynamists from Boeing that we hired, and they came up with some great ideas underneath the car.
Okay.
So we didn't use aerodynamics to influence the design that you look at, but rather in smart areas around the car.
And so inside then?
So we took a lot of advantage of the electric layout. So for example, you can see in the rear there's a lot of space. We did what we call a floating center console. So you can stick your feet underneath it.
That is beautiful.
So you get a lot of space. We also have unique freeform seats. Normally all seats have seams here, and they're kind of squarish. Here we have formed it after the body.
Yes.
It's a new technology that we have used. And then of course here we have our large screen that actually, when you drive, it would actually go in the tall mode, because then you can easily read everything. And you can turn it around like this here, and then it goes back to when you're actually watching a movie or something like that, it'll turn.
Yes.
Then we have here for the phone, double inductive chargers. And then in here we have our tray, which fills out here, that you can sit and you can use your computer, or we call them taco trays because Americans like to eat in the car.
You do.
so
everything,
And we have the same here as well. We have a tray here.
Great.
And then actually the glove compartment is actually underneath the seats instead. So we have two glove compartments underneath the seats. We got extra space for large water bottles underneath here. Here you can see the solar roof.
Yes.
And you can see that there comes a little bit of light in between the solar panels. That's because the solar panels actually work on both sides. So to get maximum energy, you want to have light coming from both sides, and the solar panel is very unique. We also have a sophisticated driver assistance system, 5 digital radars. And over here we have driver monitoring.
Yes.
So you cannot trick this car. You have seen some cars where people are tricking, falling asleep. You cannot do that in this car. The autonomous system will go off if you fall asleep, and it'll monitor you there on the A-pillar. We also have a screen in front of you because I feel it's important to get the necessary information right in front of the driver. And also notice this button bar. So we do actually have some normal buttons in the car.
Yeah, I think people like that.
It's kind of the main things that you always use, because I feel you need to be able to quickly reach without looking, and you just quickly want to change the fan speed or the sound. And for me, that's something that's important in a car.
So the quality feels really great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's spacious.
You know, it's made by the same people who make many German luxury cars.
Yeah, yes,
and it's actually the same people on the same line, because the cars are running beside each other down the same line. So it's an advantage, I think, for a new company like us, that we're able to get a high quality car right off the line, where it's difficult to produce a car, and you have to spend many, many years learning it, and we didn't want to take that risk with our first car.
So when will the first deliveries come to Sweden?
So it'll come very soon. We are just waiting for the final homologation in Europe. We actually started doing homologation both Europe and US at the same time, which took us a little longer than we expected. Normally companies only do homologation in one area, let's say Europe, and then later US, or the other way around. But because we're a US company, you know, we had to do it both for US and Europe at the same time. But I expect here end of this quarter, so it should be fairly soon that we start delivering.
Great. We have to look at the rear as well.
Yeah, let's go and do that. Okay, so of course you have to have the trunk volume. You also have here extra underneath where you can put your charger, etc. And then you can also move this like this here, and then you can hang your whatever your shopping bags or whatever there, and then you have plugs here. You have a normal plug, and then you got some other plugs, so you can, if you need to charge something. Yes. Also, this car has bidirectional charging, meaning you can charge another car with this car, or you can actually at home you can actually charge a home for 7 days.
To home. To grid.
Exactly.
That's great. Will it work in Europe now from the beginning?
It depends in which country and your local circumstances. Here you see, for example, the rear window is rolled down.
This is really cool.
Which is kind of cool.
All the windows go down in the California.
So just go electric down, So electrically, and that means you can put long things in the car, and also you can feel a little bit like a convertible because all the windows roll down.
Yes.
As well as the roof opens up now because of this. We don't have it open.
It will.
The whole roof opens up,
Okay.
Yeah.
And the prices?
The prices starts in Sweden at 455,000 kroner.
Yeah, that's cheaper than the Volkswagen ID4.
Yeah, it's a very good price. Yeah, a very good price. and up to 750,000, I think.
For the four-wheel drive, how many horsepower for the...
550 horsepower in the four-wheel drive. Yeah. And we have torque vectoring, which is very good for snow and ice and wet, meaning you control the wheels. Yeah. And it's fairly fast, 0 to 100 kilometers in 3.9 seconds, 4 seconds.
That's quick.
So it's a fast car. And you get a tow hook as well.
How much can you tow?
I think we can tow, if I remember correctly, 1,800 kilos, I think. So it should be okay for this size of vehicle.
Yes. And who will do the service for you?
We do it. So we have we have our own large service center for bigger things. Yeah. We will pick up the car when it needs service. But we also have a deal with a large group in Scandinavia called Mekonomen.
Mekonomen, okay.
Where we will use them if they're closer, and we will bring the car to them. Mm-hmm. So you will not know if you take it to them or to us.
Okay.
Because for service, we actually pick up the car.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so about this nightmare when Tesla lowered the prices.
Well, it was not really for us. We have not seen any change in our reservations. We have about close to 5,000 reservations in Scandinavia. I think about 500 in Sweden.
Okay, that's nice.
And we already had good pricing.
Yes.
So I think maybe they had a high pricing, and now they're coming to a normal pricing. Okay. So I think we already had good pricing, and I think that's what we have seen in our reservation numbers. We now have over 63,000 reservations, and we are sold out for our special edition, the One. Which was 5,000 and with 5,000 euro down, non-refundable. So that has kind of already been sold out. So I think we feel pretty good about our pricing.
Okay, good. Yeah. It looks stunning. And
Thank you.
And the price is right.
Yeah. It's. I think it's. We were able to achieve a very good pricing on the car, and I think we tried to go in a segment which were not the super luxury segment, which everybody's doing right now. So we want to go into this segment because we feel that there's still a lot of space for an exciting electric SUV.
And the warranty. Is it like
very good warranty? Most is up. A lot of it is up to 10 years and 6 years. So we have one of, I think, the best warranties.
Okay.
So if you buy this car, you're not going to have to pay for anything for many, many years. Also because we don't have a scheduled maintenance like normal cars.
Okay.
Gasoline cars, we have to every 10,000 kilometers pay something to get it serviced. Ours don't have that. So we will have predictive servicing, meaning because it's a fully connected car, we will send you a message when it needs to get serviced. Mm-hmm. So you might be driving it for very long without needing any service.
Okay.
Yeah.
So great having you here in Sweden.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.